we light the fire. From the struggles, we all rise above. Together we thrive, together we grow. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're building dreams side by side. If you need help, at dawn we ride. We're collective minds, you're never alone. We'll take this journey, make it our own. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're building low, we're not just talking, we're making waves. Lifting each other, we're paving new ways. With every challenge, we'll stand tall in this community. We conquer all. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're not just talking, we're making waves. Lifting each other, we're paving new ways. With every challenge, we'll stand tall in this community. We conquer all. We conquer all. We're not just talking, we're making waves. Lifting each other, we're paving new ways. With every challenge, we'll stand tall in this community. We conquer all, we conquer all. Don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're chasing dreams, reaching higher. With every win, we light the fire. From the struggles, we all rise above. Together we thrive, together we grow. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're building dreams side by side. If you need help, at dawn we ride. We're collective minds, you're never alone. We'll take this journey, make it our own. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. each other, we're paving new ways. With every challenge, we'll stand tall in this community. We conquer all, we conquer all. Don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're chasing dreams, reaching higher. With every win, we light the fire. From the struggles, we all rise above. Together we thrive, together we grow. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're building dreams, side by side. If you need help, at dawn we ride. We're collective minds, you're never alone. We'll take this journey, make it our own. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed. SBOC, we're breaking the mold. SBOC, don't grow it alone, don't grow it alone. We're building low, we're not just talking, we're making waves. Lifting each other, we're paving new ways. With every challenge, we'll stand tall in this community. We conquer all. When you need to pivot, we raise our glass. Let's get out of the way and go kick some ass. SBOC, we stand strong and proud. Together we rise, no doubts allowed.
And good morning. It's St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, and we are businessing. I'm your host, Pat Miller, the Fridays Off guy, founder of the Small Business Owners Community, and we are going to have some fun today. We got a ton of news to share, and we've got some new software to demo and more. So let's get into it. What's in the news today? Well, first it was Venezuela. Then we took on Iran. Is Cuba next? Cuba's going through it. Day 10 of the Uprising. I'll share details that are going on there. Private equity, dudes and gals with money, they're coming for small business. Have you been hit up by them? It's a new trend. I'll share all about that in a minute. We're going to talk about St. Patrick's Day and how you can create your own luck. That's our lead story today. We learned about this from Sahil Bloom at the 2025 SBOC conference, and I've created a new piece of software that will help you create your own luck. So we'll talk about that. And the AI story of the day is a carryover from yesterday. So we talked about NVIDIA's CEO Jensen doing a talk at a big AI conference, and he was going to reveal the next big thing for AI doing things for you, basically digital team members. NVIDIA has upgraded what's out there, and it's something I think we need to get on. So I'll recap that. Idea Slam, my favorite thing. My favorite thing. In the Idea Slam today, I'm going to share my secrets on how I name things. It's the most common question that we get in an idea slam. I've got a new product. I need to come up with a name. I got a new company. I got a new thing. I need to come up with a name. Help me build a good name. Well, I've been naming things for literally decades, and I'll share how I think about it, how I go through it, and how you can steal what I do next time you need to name something. And when you tune in this morning, I want to hear from you in the chat. Look who's here. Leanne Lovely's here. Good morning, Leanne. Abby's here, tuning in from her studio, top of the morning. Absolutely, Abby. Nikki's tuned in as well. And JB's here with us as well. Good morning, JB. Thanks for tuning in. Now, remember, if you're tuned in, put your name and your business URL inside the chat because I want to feature you inside the show so people can get to know you. You get some free publicity. Everybody wins. Let's start with the news. The war in Iran. So gas prices are continuing to surge, and we are seeing $3.72 as the average cost per gallon. It's up almost 80 cents from a month ago. And that's what I saw this morning on the way to the gym. I think I saw $3.58 or something like that. So gas prices are definitely up, but oil prices are a little down, in fact, from where they were earlier this week. As of 10:15 this morning, oil prices were at $93 a gallon and going down a little bit. So there's a lot of uncertainty with oil prices because the Strait of Hormuz is not shook out yet. So the Strait of Hormuz has been shut down because of the Iran conflict, and Trump and the administration are trying to figure out how to get it back open. And he's asking for other countries to help, and they're saying, we don't want to help. And people are kind of freaked out about moving oil through this critical area of the world. So that is the next big development. Will they figure out the Strait of Hormuz? Now, while this is all going on, it will take a minute, but we will see food prices go up because reported this morning, diesel and fertilizer prices are spiking now because oil prices, petroleum prices are being weird. So the next big thing is we are going to see most likely food price shock coming in a month or a couple of months. I didn't really say when, but it said expect it because it's coming. Gas Buddy, they track the price of gas. They're saying that prices are going to continue to go up for a while. In fact, they're saying that the gas prices will continue to inflate until they figure out the Strait of Hormuz business. So that is something that's going on. So while there's chaos going on in Iran, because we're literally dropping bombs all over the place, Cuba is a thing. Did you know that? I don't know how closely you follow the news, but Cuba has been going through a big uprising because their electrical grid has completely collapsed, and 11 million people on the island of Cuba have been without power. It's now day 10 of the nationwide protests, and this is the biggest uprising since 2021. Last night, protesters stormed and lit on fire the Communist Party headquarters in central Cuba. That is a thing. So the blackout is being worsened as well because we have an oil blockade going on. Turns out that Cuba was getting a lot of its oil from Venezuela. Well, we kind of took over Venezuela, and we're not giving Cuba any oil because I guess they're trying to take over Cuba as well. Trump was quoted yesterday as saying, quote, "We're taking Cuba, taking Cuba." That was a direct quote. So what does that look like? If the communists are kicked out of Cuba and we take that over, what does that mean? I don't know what it means, but I'm thinking out loud, what does that mean? So instability is everywhere. As I've said 1,000 times on the show, I'm going to continue to watch the markets because the people with the markets, they have way better information and access to what's really happening than you and I do. And as of right now, as of this morning, the Dow is up 67 points and oil is hanging around where it was. So I'll keep my eyes on those things. And you make an outstanding point. Food shock isn't already here. You ain't kidding. Abby and I went to the grocery store Saturday night before the storm came. And we rolled out of there with a cool $225. And I literally said to her, that wasn't so bad. And then a couple of steps later, I thought, wait a minute, you spent $225 and we didn't get anything fancy. Like we just got provisions because a snowstorm was coming. Nothing fancy. $225. So yeah, you make an outstanding point. And I would shout you out by name, but at Devaxis, I don't know your name. So thank you at Devaxis for tuning in and for being a part of the conversation. Also in the news, we've got basketball starting tonight. March Madness tips off today. They do this first four. So they have a couple of games of these teams that have zero chance of doing anything. But hey, basketball is on our TV, which is a reminder you got to get your brackets in. If you're getting hit up from people saying, join my bracket, you got to get them filled out by Thursday morning. And there's a trend that's going on with the brackets. Can I vent? I'm going to vent. I've been invited now to 2 different bracket challenges that are for charity. The winner gives all the money to charity. I'm a gambler. I want the charity to be Daddy's Golf Fund. And if I choose to give some of that money to a charity, great. Love to support charities. But come on, man. March Madness for charity? I mean, I don't know. I guess that makes me a bad guy. All right, one more sporting event to pay attention to. Oh, it's Doris. Good morning, Doris. Thanks for tuning in. And John Taylor's in the house. What's up, John Taylor? Thanks for tuning in. Last thing to pay attention to in the sports world, the World Baseball Classic is happening tonight. USA versus Venezuela, 7 o'clock. This is basically the World Cup of baseball, and it's been really entertaining, really good baseball games. So if you like baseball, watch it. Venezuela, this is the first time they've been in the final, so they're kind of the underdog. So you could choose to root for them, but I will not. America, go USA. I hope they win by 1 million. Oh, and there's one more news story we got to talk about. There's this trend that's popping up. Private equity has turned their Death Star tractor beam to small businesses. Have you seen any gossip about this? So private equity, people looking to invest in things, they're trying to snap up small businesses. So these private equity firms are calling plumbers and electricians and roofers and trying to buy them because they're stable and they make good money and we know what we're doing. So they finally caught on that, hey, small business owners might be onto something. Yeah. So one plumber in the story that I read, he runs a plumbing firm in Atlanta, and he said that he's been getting hundreds of offers, and he keeps on saying no to all of them. And he's not taking their money because it would hurt or could reduce the number of employees that he carries and wants to take care of his people. So keep an eye on this. My piddly little business, I've received a few emails that I think were like spam lists, to be honest. But I've received a few emails from people saying, hey, would you like to have a discussion about selling? No, I don't. But keep your eyes out for that because it's a big trend that's actually happening. And it's St. Patrick's Day. And it's 11/13. So a good portion of the American public is already unable to drive. I raise my empty Starbucks coffee cup in your direction. The parties took off last weekend, of course, and they're going to continue all through tonight. How do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? This is the question for you today. How do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Come on, put in the chat. How do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Or do you? When I was younger, I was on the radio. And when you're on the radio, we would do live broadcasts from bars. I can't tell you how many morning shows I've done from bars on St. Patrick's Day. We're rolling into a bar at 4:30 in the morning to get ready to go on the air at 6. And I will tell you, there is a different experience of being in a bar sober while everyone else around you is getting absolutely just vaporized. Because people that are rolling into an Irish bar at 5:45 in the morning on St. Patrick's Day, that isn't a casual participant. That is someone that's on a freaking mission. I'm talking Jameson and Guinness double fisting all morning. And it was it was really fun. We had a great time with those broadcasts. But by 7:30, we're slugging coffee and they're slugging Guinness and Jameson. It became kind of fun, actually, because we couldn't drink because we were on the air. And then we were done. We'd have a pity Guinness and it would be fun, but we'd be so far behind the rest of the crowd. It was quite the experience. So how do you celebrate your St. Patrick's Day? Nikki says, it's my sister's birthday, so it's always a party. Okay, that's really great. Abby says, current celebrations are those that live in infamy from college. Now, see, Abby, my wife, she's onto something, because when I was a kid, younger, yeah, going out to St. Patrick's Day was crazy fun. But now that I'm old, Abby's not old, I'm old. We do corned beef and cabbage, or corned beef and potatoes at least, because the cabbage is kind of gross. And we just kind of enjoy ourselves. So that's pretty much what we're down to. And the last thing I'll say about St. Patrick's Day, and we're getting on to our lead story, I promise. Last thing I'll say about St. Patrick's Day. I was stressed all morning because I didn't have anything green to wear on the show today. All morning. Like, what do I have that's green? Do I have anything? I don't have any. Oh my God. I don't wear green clothes. Nothing. 0 items of clothing are green. And I was all ready to come on the air and be like, I'm sorry, I don't have any green clothes. And then I thought, anyone that really cares about this, they're probably at the bar already. So they're not watching our show today. And because I work from home, no one can pinch me. I'm immune. So if you're wearing green, good on you. But I couldn't wear any green today. Look at Steve's out celebrating already. Cafe Central with coffee for now. Well said. Irish cream would go good in that coffee, my friend. I'm just saying. But thanks so much. And look, see, Doris says she wears green so she doesn't get pinched. I know. Well, Doris, not going to happen for me today. Okay, let's get into the lead story today. Today's lead story is about luck. It's St. Patrick's Day. And St. Patrick's Day makes me think of Ireland and shamrocks and Guinness and luck. Maybe it's the Lucky Charms in my youth. But the funny thing about luck is that when you run a small business, a little bit of luck can change everything in an instant. Did you know that it's possible to be more lucky? You have control on how much luck you receive as a business owner. I want to share the concepts from Sahil Bloom. Sahil Bloom was our keynote speaker at the 2025 SBOC conference, and he wrote a killer book called The 5 Types of Wealth. I'll share his concept, and I will share a brand new tool that I've created that will help you get luckier in your small business. So what is the impact if you were to get a break in your business? If you were to get a little bit of luck? Let's say you land your dream client, or out of the blue, Gabriel, who tuned in this morning, Gabriel, good morning. If Gabriel got a phone call today and they want to amplify Gabriel's content. Hey, I've got a network and I want to put your show on the network, or your blog. I want you to be put on this high volume, high reach opportunity. And we want to license your content. Or you get a partnership deal that will explode your business and double how much money you're making. That may seem like, oh, that's not going to happen to me. It absolutely could. And as in everything in small business, it's just a phone call away. One call from the right person, or one email from the right person, or one yes from the right person, everything changes. You could call it luck, but could you engineer it? Well, Sahil Bloom wrote this book, The 5 Types of Wealth, and he talked about how you can increase your luck. And it makes so much sense. The way that he explained it was, you can increase your luck surface area. You can spread out and have more opportunities for luck to hit you. How do you do that? You take deliberate actions to expand how much reach you have where luck can actually occur. So how can you do that? You can go out and meet more people. The more people you meet, the more people that are there to partner with you, to buy from you. You could send a cold email, or a direct message to someone that you follow and respect. Another thing that I love is that you could spend time around optimists and can-do people. You just don't need to be in rooms with people that tear you down, they're competitive, they'll one-up you. Get out of those rooms. Be around people that are there to support you. The second way that you can expand your luck surface area is to do the work in the darkness. When luck isn't shining on you, are you working hard? Are you preparing the business for when someone is ready to partner with you? And that means doing the dirty work every single day. Do the work when no one is looking, because then you'll be ready when someone is. And then the third way you can expand your luck surface area, as he says, just shoot your shot. If you want something and you've done the work to deserve it, ask for it. Today, ask for it. Boy, it would be great if this show was on Sirius XM. Okay, then I should go find the person in charge of the business channel at Sirius XM and say, can we have a meeting? If you want something, go ask for it. The world is made for people who will ask. And then the fourth part is to follow through. Stay in touch with the people who can change your life. When you're trying to reach out to them, share value with them. Be present in their mind. Make them think of you. Because here's the thing. Everything you want in life can show up for you if you're the solution for the right person's problem. For all I know, the business channel on Sirius XM, one of their hosts is leaving, or there's a host that isn't performing and they want to find a new show. Maybe I can show up and say, hi, how you doing? I do this show called Businessing and all these lovely people tune in. By doing those actions, you are expanding your surface area for luck. Now, this comes from Sahil Bloom's book, The 5 Types of Wealth. Awesome dude, awesome read. He crushed it at the conference. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. With those principles in mind, I've taken some action to help you be more lucky. That means we need to have a way to be cued to do the right things every single day so our luck surface area expands. And this comes from a realization that one of the paradoxes that seems to be all over the place for small businesses, entrepreneurs make money in one way. And it's the one thing that we avoid almost more than anything: selling. Selling, asking for money, contacting someone, and then asking them to invest with you. We could go through why that is, but I want to stay out of that for today. Instead, I want to share with you the solution that I've built that's now ready for you to take advantage of it. If we want to make more money, asking for money needs to become a daily habit. And if we were to act each day to build our network, share our story online, and follow up on the leads we get, guess what? Luck is going to rain down on us. This concept makes sense. Do things that puts you in the position where luck can hit you. Inspired by Sahil, put into an actionable spot for small business owners. So I'm excited to share with you what we're calling the Sale Team app. So I'm going to show it here on the screen. Let's see, I'm going to hide myself so you can see it just a little bit. I hid myself. I need someone to drive this for me. Where is it? Here it is. It's called the Sale Team app. And what it does is it gets you to take actions every single day so you can build better sales habits. The Sales Team app, it's free, and it's designed for small business owners to take sales actions daily. I want to show it to you, how it works, and I put the link on the screen if you want to check it out. When you log into the app, you're going to see here on the front screen, the very first screen, you're going to see 3 actions that you're invited to take. And let's hide the QR code just for a second. You log in. There are 3 actions that you're invited to take. The first one is send an outreach message. The second one is follow up on a lead or proposal. And the third one is post one piece of content on your primary platform. Pretty simple. That's it. But the goal is to do this every single day. And when you perform those actions, that big 0 at the top becomes your daily streak. 0 becomes 1. And as you continue to do this every single day, you're putting yourself in the arena with the decision makers that can help change your business, because you're putting yourself out there and asking them to do business with you. Base concept of the app, download it, take the daily actions, keep your streak alive. It's the Duolingo for small business sales. Don't let your streak die. Makes sense. But I wanted to make it more fun. So when you're in the app and you take these actions, you get experience points, just like a video game. And when you get your experience points, you can now track with all the other people using the app in a scoreboard. This is the demo site, so you won't see, but in the real site, we've got a bunch of people on the leaderboard right now. And you take more experience point actions, you're going to rank up the experience point leaderboard. And every month, the leaderboard resets. We'll also track by cash, because when you make a sale, here's a feature. So let's say you do something and you make a sale. You get to ring the bell, which means you click it and you put in how much did you sell. I sold a $1,500 package. Ring it, ring the bell, ding, 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 and then it's going to show up here for everybody to see. And you can high five people when they make sales. So not only did you make a sale, you get to celebrate it with everyone else. And we get to watch this entire feed of everyone using the Sales Team app as we're out there selling what we need to sell for small business owners. And I got to tell you, when you make a sale and ring the bell, it is an absolute dopamine hit. It is so fun. And it's exciting to see other people making sales as well. All of this, the ring the bell and the experienced leaders and cash leaders inside the leaderboard, it's all communal. We'll all see what everybody's doing. So we have that extra layer of people collaborating with one another. And as we level up our experience points and we start making more money, we keep our streak alive. We get to celebrate our wins and we get to watch our business grow. All of that is built inside the Sales Team app. Today is St. Patrick's Day, and it's all about having a good time and a little bit of Irish luck. But you never know when your business is going to change, when that one big break is going to come. That new client that says yes, the introduction to the right person, stepping up and asking for time with your ideal client on the planet. All of that is possible, but it's only possible if you take the daily actions to make it so. This is my attempt to get you to do it. saleteam.smallbusinesscommunity.com is the app URL. It's 100% free to use. The link is on the screen right now, and all you need to do is go there, download it, and play with us. Because together, we can actually grow our small businesses, and we can build our luck together. I'm super excited for this app, by the way. I had so much fun building this app. Thank you, Claude, for being my collaboration partner, by the way. It's kind of fun. It's kind of addictive too. So I hope to see you in the Sales Team app because I would love to collaborate with you. Let's move on to the AI story of the day, shall we? AI story of the day is news that broke yesterday. If you tuned into yesterday's show, I talked about how NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang, I say that name wrong. I just call him Jensen. No disrespect, Jensen. I love you. I really do. I think you're great. I have a hard time pronouncing your name, so no disrespect intended. But NVIDIA's Jensen dropped a huge bomb yesterday that's going to affect you and me. He talked about the growth of NVIDIA. He talked about the growth of AI. He talked about how the chips are going to grow the company to $1 trillion of revenue. So he really said that. But the thing I was listening for was the future of agents and autonomous actions by AI that you and I can take advantage of. Now, catch you up if you're not up to speed on what's going on with agentic technology right now. And agentic technology is basically a piece of software that will do stuff for you whether or not you're paying attention. A literal digital robot that will go do stuff for you and report back. It's the next step of where AI is going. He announced yesterday that NVIDIA, the company, has fixed a piece of software called OpenClaw. And if you haven't heard of OpenClaw, I'm talking about the bleeding edge of what's going on in the AI dork universe. So don't feel bad if you haven't used OpenClaw or you don't know what an OpenClaw is. But an OpenClaw is an autonomous agent that does the work for you behind the scenes around the clock when you ask it to. It's like having this magic little friend in the computer that works for you. It's really unbelievable when it works. And OpenClaw launched at the end of January. And between January and now, it's just gone nuclear. According to Jensen, the fastest growing piece of software in the history of the internet. That's what he claimed on stage yesterday. So if you haven't heard of it and you're not using it, don't feel behind, but you do need to know about it. Now, why am I talking about it today and what does NVIDIA have to do with it? OpenClaw, while an amazing piece of software, had a big fatal flaw. And the fatal flaw was kind of an important one: security. Because when you boot up OpenClaw, you give this AI agent access to your email and to your database, to your credit cards, to your Google Drive, to everything. And should that get compromised, that would be really bad for your business. So this project was just waiting for a big company to come in and harden up the security, and that's exactly what NVIDIA has done. Yesterday, Jensen announced that NVIDIA is going to be a part of their products moving forward, meaning they have worked with the person, Peter, that started OpenClaw, and they've hardened the security and re-released it, as they're calling it, NemoClaw. Like the fish, Nemo. That's an acronym for some NVIDIA software, but NemoClaw has been released. So what does that mean? The promise of this OpenClaw software, which I built, like I went through the process, took me 2.5 days to figure it out, has been simplified and hardened with security. So now they claim it's one line of code that you execute, and OpenClaw is ready to go. NVIDIA is so all in on this. On stage yesterday, Jensen said every single business needs to have an OpenClaw strategy, which means, as you've heard me say how many times on this show, all of us are going to have teammates that are digital that we work with every single day, and it's going to happen faster than you think. Well, it's happening now because OpenClaw, while awesome, was tough to set up and a security risk, or could be a security risk. NVIDIA is now claiming, nope, we got that security thing figured out, and boop, it's going to be one line of code, and it's all ready to go. Okay. So my job now is to get ahead of this. This week and this weekend, I'm going to be working on this in advance of our AI installation group. So I'll be working on the AI installation group, and I'll be playing around with NemoClaw to see if it's something we can bring to the installation group, because that's the promise of where we're going. In the next 6 months, we're going to be adopting these agents that will do work for us autonomously. And as predicted, thank you, everyone is getting into the scheduled task and agent business. Copilot now has co-work. Claude has co-work. Perplexity Computer is out there. All of this stuff is coming. All of this stuff is coming, and the LLM models know all of this stuff is coming. So I was scared of OpenClaw. It's built on my computer. I just turned it off because of the security. But it's time to boot it back up, dive into NemoClaw, test it, and get ready for the AI installation group. So it's going to be really, really fun. I'm looking forward to it. So NemoClaw, keep your ears open for it, and stay tuned to the show because I'm going to be building my own NemoClaw and testing it out inside my business so I can bring it to the AI installation group. Doris is asking the Sale Team app inside the chat. saleteam.smallbusinesscommunity.com. There you go. Hopefully you got that, Doris. And I'm going to show this on the screen. That's the URL of the Sale Team app, saleteam.smallbusinesscommunity.com. Check it out. Good morning, Teresa. Thanks for tuning in. All right, we're going to keep on going. How about the Idea Slam? Idea Slam is coming up in just a little bit, and the most common question that I'm asked will be the topic of today's Idea Slam. Just on last Thursday, I think it was, we had an Idea Slam in the community, and we went through and we had a question of how do you name something effectively? Because one of our members needed to name a program that they were launching. And this is the most common question. I'm going to share with you my naming secrets, how I go about naming something so you can build better names for your products and your company in just a few minutes. But first, Businessing is sponsored by GenHead. Scale systems, not chaos. GenHead is specifically built for early stage businesses. We're talking about founders, solopreneurs like you and me, and lean teams who need real momentum, not complex tools that require a full-time operator. It is streamlined, it's practical, and it's really easy to drive. What's cool about GenHead is that it takes 10 different disconnected tools and puts them all into one piece of software. So you don't have to bounce from your CRM to your social media calendar to your funnels, your texting, your emails. It's all in one place, and it makes it simple to drive with less chaos and clearer data and better execution. You can learn more about GenHead at genhead.com. That's genhead.com. And I hope I'm not betraying any confidence, but Nikki and the team at GenHead, they are all in, by the way, on this agentic future and having their agents help you get things done. I'm already doing it inside GenHead, and they are powering up even more opportunities. So if you like this idea of having teammates, digital teammates helping you get stuff done, the team at GenHead is way out in front on this. So it's another reason to check them out, genhead.com. Okay, let's do today's Idea Slam. The most common question that I get is how do you name things? It's something we always have to do. It could be a course that you're trying to launch. It could be an event that you're going to host. How do you name something? It's a question that comes up all the time. So I get to this answer because I was on the radio for 20 some odd years building things. So I have named more concert ticket giveaways, radio stations, events than you can name. I've done billboards and TV commercials, and I've done it all. And when I was on the radio, building radio stations, I was trained in the fire to come up with 3 words or sticky slogans or things that people would remember at the speed of audio because they don't have any visual reference. So you have to come up with names that actually stick. So here's how I apply what I've learned when it comes to naming stuff. The first thing is to think about when you're naming something is, what is the thing about? Most people think about the descriptive nature of the name. For example, I'm going to start a mastermind, and I'm going to call it the Deep dive mastermind. And that's going to be my compelling name because it's really descriptive about how we're different. That's technically accurate. There's nothing wrong with deep dive mastermind. It's not very sticky, and no one's really going to remember your deep dive mastermind. But what makes it different? Well, we're going to go deep on people's problems. Okay, that's fine. Thanks for describing literally how you're different. But when you're trying to get to your differentiation, you want to think about what is the outcome of going deep on someone's problems? How does going deep help you do it differently? So what's the result when you go deep? And what kind of problems are you trying to solve? And when those questions come up, they almost always have an answer. Oh, well, in my deep dive mastermind, we're going to focus on getting more free time and beating down your to-do list. Now we're getting someplace. When you think about the transformation of the product that you're naming and what that product does for someone, that's where I believe the naming should go. As you've heard me say, what's in it for me? Deep dive mastermind is fine, but what's in it for me in a deep dive mastermind? So I would follow up and say, okay, well, if you get more free time and you have more space to operate, then what's the result? And they would say, well, okay, when you've got more time, they're not as stressed and they get their life back. Ding, ding, bingo. Life back. You get your life back. Get Your Life Back Mastermind Group. That's a product you can take to market. You understand exactly what that mastermind is all about the very first time you hear it. Hey, friends, I'm launching the Get Your Life Back Mastermind. Now, provided the people that you're talking to are looking to get their life back because they're stressed and overwhelmed, it's a perfect way to explain and capitalize on what they're looking to you for. No one, 0 people in America woke up this morning and thought, hey, I need a deep dive mastermind. Do you see what I'm doing here? It's technically accurate, but no one wants it because they don't know what they get out of it. The difference between deep dive mastermind and life back mastermind, night and day when you're trying to explain to someone why they would want it. Let's add a few more style points about how I think about naming. So that's the first thing. Get to the transformation and use that for the name, not the description of what technically is happening. I always ask people to use words that everyone understands. And if you've ever been around me, heard me talking about positioning and naming things, what do I say? Cookie Monster language. Always Cookie Monster language when you're using anything that people need to hear for the first time. If you think about Cookie Monster from Sesame Street, he never says, me like a bespoke gluten-free organic dessert. And I'm making that point to be funny, but think about how you talk about stuff. In the SBOC last week, we were brainstorming on a group of people that wanted to do a human design event. Human design is their technique, and it's a good one. I love human design, but no one knows what human design is. That is the equivalent of bespoke gluten-free organic dessert. Instead, Cookie Monster says, what? Me like cookie. Perfect. That's how you should talk. Cookie Monster wants a freaking cookie. The same methodology must apply when you're naming anything. That's what's so important. So that's a customer-facing word, and I encourage you to use it. The other thing is, in our example, we talked about increased productivity and efficiency. Now, those are technically accurate in the Life Back Mastermind. Increased productivity and efficiency. Those are, results. But still, that's not as Cookie Monster as it can be. Life Back Mastermind, way better. One other technique, alliteration. Alliteration just works. And it's dorky and it's overplayed and I don't care. When you use alliteration in naming something, it just sticks better. So for this one, let's say the Life Back Mastermind was targeted at men. You could swap out mastermind and instead say, I'm launching the Life Back Brotherhood. Back Brotherhood. Why? Alliteration. It's going to be stickier. Now, that might not be the greatest name in the world, but you get what I'm going for there. Whenever possible, use alliteration. And then there's one more technique that I like to use, and this is like the real secret sauce. So I'm going to send you an invoice after this show, but this is like the real secret sauce. I like to use phrases that are culturally familiar and then twist them so you can own a phrase for yourself. So last week, I shared a word with you that cracked me up that I invented on the airplane on the way back from Las Vegas. What is it like when an entrepreneur has a bad day? And the word entrepreneur came up. I thought it was funny. It's playing on the word entrepreneur. Everybody's heard that. Entrepreneur has a bad day. Entrepreneur. Har, har, har. I thought it was great. Why does that word work? Because people know the word entrepreneur. It's a familiar word. And when you use something that's culturally familiar, you get a chance to play with it and you get to name it. That same thing was just used on the product I just showed you. That's how I named Sale Team. Sale Team, what do you mean? Well, I wanted people to band together on a mission to sell things. And I thought, sell, 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 sell. Oh, sell is kind of like seal. Seal, seal, seal. SEAL Team 6. Everyone's heard of SEAL Team 6. I'll call the app Sale Team. I didn't make up Sale Team out of thin air. I made up Sale Team because of SEAL Team 6 and the whole concept of the app. If you look now back at the app, what's going on in the app? You're on a daily mission. You're on an objective. We're working together to help each other win. Some of these qualities that people associate with SEAL Team 6. See, I said it, SEAL Team 6. I didn't want to make it all camouflage and look all military because I didn't want to go that far. But that's how I got to the name. SEAL Team, SEAL Team. People have heard of SEAL Team. So that's like the super secret way to get after naming something great. Use a phrase that people have heard of and play with it. So to recap, don't use jargon. Don't use industry words. No one will understand what you're talking about. Use Cookie Monster language because that's what people will understand the very first time they hear it. Whenever possible, use alliteration and look for culturally familiar words that you can twist and kind of play with because that's how stuff will really stick. That's how I name things. Hopefully you can have some success too. Now in the chat, Paula says something that I want to get after here. Paula, clear, not clever. This is the point counterpoint when it comes to naming things. Point is if I get a chance to tell people what this is, make it super clear. Small Business Mastermind or Small Business Owners Community. That's as literal of a name as possible. But is the small business owners community sticky at all? Is it something they're going to remember the first time that they hear it? That's where the clever comes in. Threading the needle between clear and clever is the real mission when you're naming things. In my experience, if it's overly clear, it can be ignored. It can be too literal. Like, I love this. It is kind of literal. It doesn't say the benefit of the organization when you join. But I use it because it is so clear. When I'm naming something that's really, really clear, I put the clever in there. Or when I use the clever, I try and stick some clear in there. And that's in the first thing you say after it. Life Back Mastermind or Life Back Brotherhood. Uniting men to lead the life that they love. That's the clarity. Or monthly mastermind to change men's lives. That's the clarity. So you can use the title that's clever and the positioning statement that's really clear, or vice versa. But this is the push and pull. And Paula correctly points it out. So, Paula, thank you for pointing it out. If you lean just on one or the other, you might confuse people or lose people either way. But very good point. Okay, Barbara. I could have stopped at Be Painted. So her company's called Be Painted Face Painting. I could have stopped at Be Painted, but I didn't want clients to confuse me with a house or a car painter. So I tacked face painting to reduce ambiguity. It's long, but people know what I do from the name. Absolutely. Perfect point there. Thank you for sharing that, Barbara. And Nikki, you're exactly right. Small business owners community, what is the benefit? What is the cleverness? It goes into the positioning statement, don't grow it alone. And every time I've ever been in a conversation with anyone about the community and I finally get to share, here's what we're all about. Don't grow it alone. Almost everybody understands what I'm talking about. But it plays on a name and a culturally relevant phrase, don't go it alone. People know what that means. But we played with it to make it don't grow it alone. It turned out to be our trademark phrase. So that's a little bit on naming. I hope that's helpful. It's the way that I work on it inside the community. And if you ever need something named, that's what the Idea Slam is literally here for. A couple things to share before we get out of here. I mentioned the AI installation group that's going live on Wednesday, the 25th. It's going to be incredible. You're using AI, but are you really putting AI to work? With the developments that are happening from the most important, well-resourced companies in the world to put AI employees out there for us to use, the A-player small business owners are realizing, oh my goodness, I need to get on this now. And I'm looking at the people that have already signed up for the AI installation group and the people that have raised their hands saying, I'd like to learn more about it. And without a doubt, it is A-player after A-player after A-player. They know they need to install this software and the AI revolution in their business. They know. But they also know, how in the heck am I going to stay up to speed on all this stuff? That's why I'm starting the AI installation group. We're going to put AI to work in your small business. What do you get when you join? A monthly mastermind with some other A players that know they need to install this software. I'm going to teach you what you don't know. Together, we're going to start with the scheduled tasks and eventually the agents that are working inside your business automatically, even when you sleep. I'm also going to host a new AI Idea Slam, where once a month, the members of the group get to come together and do show and tell and show what their agents are doing and what their scheduled tasks are doing and ask questions as to why things aren't working the way that they should. I'm going to write a new AI trends letter so you stay up to speed on what's happening with AI and you get on-demand access to me when you need it from text and email so I can answer questions so you don't get stuck. The next 6 months are going to be the biggest change that we've had in small business ever? ? It's going to be crazy. The A players are on this. If you want to stay up to speed, scan the QR code and get inside the group. Our first meeting is a week from tomorrow. It's the AI installation group, and I'm super excited about it. Thanks to all of you that have already signed up, those of you that are thinking about it. And if you're thinking this is a place I need to be, scan the QR code, check out the website, and consider it for yourself. We're out of time for today's show. It has been a lot of fun to go through everything on the docket today. Plenty of news that we need to be paying attention to and discussion about how we're moving people's small businesses forward. And yesterday on the show, I released this other piece of software that I built with AI. How much does it cost to build alone? If you're not yet a member of the small business owners community, you're putting entrepreneurship on hard mode. And now we can quantify how much money you're losing by doing everything yourself. It's a 30-second quiz that will illustrate the ROI of the small business owners community. And just in the last couple of days, we've had 2 new members. Ibrahim from Indianapolis and Raymond from Pittsburgh joined the community. So we're continuing to pick up speed and find more entrepreneurs that want to collaborate with one another. If you'd like to do it, scan the QR code, find out the ROI, and become a member for $9 a month. Sure is a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in to Businessing today. I'm Pat Miller, the Fridays Off guy, founder of the Small Business Owners Community. Thanks to GenHead for sponsoring today's show. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the show wherever you're watching it or listening to it. That way you can find our next episode, which will be tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, right here where you're checking out the show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you right here next time. Take care.